Hello, and welcome back to the channel. It is me, Archeo Gamer, and today's video is a Reddit video. Way! So I have two other videos on the go at the moment. I'm kind of editing them, so this is kind of going to put out now just to show that I'm actually recording back at home in Dublin, and I'll be flying back to Kerry pretty much soon. So hopefully I can sort this out, have a few of them in the bank ready to go for next week, or even later at the end of the week. So today's video, as you can see from the thumbnail, was a part of a group or an organization which kind of, I won't get into, but one of their messages that they sent ended up being an inspirational quote. So this is a video on inspirational quotes and kind of just having a discussion, and hopefully this will give you a bit of momentum into 2021. Obviously at the end of 2020 we're all having a little bit of a lag at the moment, so I'm just kind of trying to give you as a bit of a push into 2020, and hopefully it inspires you to do whatever you want to do. If it's something to do with your channel, if it's something small in your life, if it's going to trying to get back to the gym, or if it's anything like that, I just want just to say that the push is and kind of inspire you is to push, keep grinding and keep pushing away. So as you can, I'm going to share the screen, which is now, and we're going to get straight into the video. So hold on a second. So here we go, sharing it now, and we're going in straight into the meme, or into this quotes. So, Boss Baby Co, outside your comfort zone is where the magic happens. And that's true. Anything that you want to do in life, if you're in your comfort zone and you're comfortable in doing something, always go outside your comfort zone. Always try and get out in your comfort zone, even if it's socially, if you can't talk to people, or if you're socially awkward and you're trying to, even just with one person, even if you know them very well, or you're kind of like knowing them online or something, try and meet up with them for a coffee, and trying to meet people. If it's something like, it can happen if you push yourself outside your comfort zone, good things can happen as well. So that's a really good quote. So this one's from Tabduk Amir. Working diligently is as important as making an honest living. That is true. If you work hard enough and work it diligently enough, you can push yourselves, and you can grow as a person, but also grow as a person in your industry. Like me in archaeology, I'm just a general person at the moment. I'm quite knowledgeable in a lot of different areas like geophysics and digital archaeology and all these other things that a lot of other colleges are only catching up to now, because it's kind of an academic world. It's kind of like an art history kind of degrees in them ones, like in Cork and UCD, Trinity. They're all kind of them arts based, and they're kind of focused on other things like the classics like Romans and Greeks, and they don't have a practical side of it, which in Sligo IT there was a practical side, like within science, kind of a sciencey more based stuff, kind of like metallurgy, which is kind of studying metal, lipid and residue analysis, so that's kind of like fats on pottery, or skin touch and stuff like that. That can also is a practical side, so that's what I mean. So social distancing meme. How long is social distancing thing supposed to last? My husband tries to keep coming into the house. Yeah, that's very funny. Like these kind of couple of quotes, like kind of about the coronavirus, memes about the coronavirus are really, really funny, and that one's kind of similarly funny. And then distant means so little when life means so much more. That is true. Like if you think about it, we only have to stay 2 meters apart, or kind of interact with one home at the moment, or well, we're going to be fully in lockdown again, but like things like that, like in our family, like I have a set of grandparents that are still alive. They're in their 90s. I have cousins. I have a newborn cousin called Alex. I have aunts and uncles that are not kind of well at the moment, and trying to interact with them at the moment is a very wrong thing. So we're keeping our distance, and keeping our distance from me means better in the long run. We have more time to spend with our loved ones, and I think that's a good way to put it. Like, it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. That's true. Like even if you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, going to the gym, doing something small, pushing yourself in a channel, trying to update regularly, as long as you don't stop and don't come to a complete standstill, I think that's a lot better than just kind of gradually going. Like now, if you want to push yourself more and you want to update more, or like going to the gym twice a week or 3 times a week, fair enough, keep going. Just do it in baby steps. Obviously baby steps are like just all like don't jump straight into it, because sometimes you'll be over your head with a lot of things. I went to the gym for like half a year, I think twice a week, because I was on shift work. It kind of varied on when I was off, but my gym was 24/7, so I could go whenever I wanted to. So I went for 2 days a week, then I tried to go to 3 days a week, and it just kind of knackered me out. So I kind of cut back down to two, and then when I got really sick, I got a really bad chest infection trying to keep fit, and I just completely stopped and cancelled the membership. Now, if I'm outdoors a lot now, I'm pushing barrows, and I'm shoveling, and I'm maticking, and I'm troweling, so I'm working out in a different way. So maybe it's helping me a bit better. There's only two ways to live your life. One is, though, nothing is a miracle. Other is that everything is a miracle, and that's true. Like Albert Einstein, he was a very clever man, but also, yeah, like he looked at things that were miracles. Like I was just like, with that background picture there, like the miracles of life. Like, you're walking around, you see baby birds, babies. That's a miracle of life. And then in another way, it's not a miracle. It's just normality at this stage. But back then, it could have been, a little miracle, or things that fall into place for you, really. So life is 10% what happens to me, and 90% of how you react to it. That is very, very true. Like when I was applying for this job, I needed to get down there first of all, so my parents generally dropped me down. That we had that covered. But finding a place to stay, now I emailed a lot of places, like holiday homes. They were a bit too dear. I emailed the GAA club as well, like to see if anybody working, like there's a lot of farm workers there. I helped out on that, as like saying I would help out. And then I finally got in contact with one of my friends, contacted her friend, and she, like, ended up saying like, oh yeah, like basically she was my cousin, but we didn't know that my cousin lived down there, and they were saying, oh, I know a person that takes people in, but then they couldn't take people in, so they recommended them. So like, it's kind of where I'm staying now. So like, things fall into places, how you react. Now, like when we started off, it was their first time, like they're a B&B, so they're kind of dealing with people in short, like for a weekend or a week. But it was kind of like, we were trying to get comfortable with one another. Like this is their first time keeping a long-term person in, and then also myself staying in somebody else's home. It's kind of like, it's a different kind of vibe to it, but we're comfortable now, and we're really we're kind of like, we're friendly. We're kind of more like, they're getting used to me being around, so that's pretty good. Life is like riding a bike. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. True. When I was working at McDonald's at the time, I worked in various jobs over the years. But when I was working at McDonald's for about 5 years, until I went into archaeology, and where I live, there's a laundrette, and there's a kind of a car park kind of space in the back, and this person was coming out in their car, and there's a little kid running in front of their sitter or their mom or somebody that they knew anyway, and they kind of got away from him a little bit, and I took it upon myself to get hit by the car. But like, people are saying to me like, why do you keep cycling? Like, I have to cycle to work now, I can drive. I'm kind of sorting stuff out with that though as well. Like, I have my learner's permit, I'm trying to kind of get my test and try and start driving. I can drive perfectly, it's just obviously with rules and stuff where you don't want to break them and stuff. But like, yeah, but I just kept on going, kept on moving then, like, and people were like, that's it, just keep going, keep pushing yourself. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. That is true. I was in a long-term relationship in the kind of the end of my kind of secondary school or high school in America kind of years, going into kind of college level. But then I kind of left college, or kind of stopped going to college, and kind of was starting to work then in McDonald's my first couple of years. And something happened with my girlfriend's in my girlfriend's family, and I kind of stepped up to the plate and said, no, like, I have to be here. So it gives them courage. Like, you have to stand up for yourself, but also be there for them as well, to give this, like, they give you strength, say, no, I have to be here. And then you're being strong for them, but also they give you courage to be the person that you want to be. So that's true. I will breathe, I will think of solutions, I will not let my worry control me, I will not let my stress level break me, I will simply breathe, and it will be okay, because I don't quit. And that's true. Any situation that you're in, if it's good, bad, like worried, stressed, like, you know, if you're getting a bit of stress from something, just kind of take a step back, breathe a little, come up with other ways. Like, you know, for me, like, I think when this lockdown started happening originally in Ireland, I kind of felt my mental health kind of, you know, I was dabbling with the idea of starting this channel, and then kind of my doubts kind of got in front of me, and then saying like maybe I'm not good enough, but I'm like, you know, I'm not. Do I have the concept there? Like, I know there's very similar stuff like coming up and stuff like that, but I just kind of said no. Like, I just took the pledge, but I was thinking of solutions, and this kind of gives me another, like, was a musician, I was an artist kind of for a bit. Now like my creativity is kind of gone, and that not kind of gone. Like, the music's always, I'm a big fan of music. I always have music. Listen to podcasts. I listen to anything really. Art is kind of very, very kind of picky. Like, you have to be in the right kind of state of mind to draw whatever's around you, or to paint whatever is around you. And I wasn't really in the grade, so this is another level of creativity for me. So that's why I'm not gonna quit. So, you know, that's it really. When it's all said and done, I stood stronger and taller than ever before, and I just don't know it would take that long. I had to lose so much in the process, I don't even recognise my own reflection, but I suppose that was the point of it all, to completely forget the person I was and to start living the person that I have become. And that is true. I've been in couple of bad relationships too, kind of really bad relationships, kind of sort of kind of abusive qualities come inflicted upon me, not me giving them to them. I turned into a complete and utter asshole. Well, watch me prefer my language. Like, I wasn't really a nice person, but once kind of threatened, my family threatened to leave, kind of was kicking me out on my own. But then I kind of told them what was going on. So it kind of, not kind of, but then it didn't excuse my behaviour. But then now when I look back on it, like, it is a very big, important lesson to stand for what you're worth really, and not let anybody tell you to be, or trying to diminish you, man, woman, child, whatever orientation that you are, or whatever you like associate yourself to be. Never let anybody put you down is what I'm trying to tell you, and always stand strong, and never, like, kind of stay true to yourself really. So everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Yes and no. Like, everything you want, like, okay, like, it depends on what you're looking for. If it's kind of a promotion, if it's kind of like your like success in your YouTube channel, gym, kind of gym goals, it's not out of fear, I don't think. Like, if you're afraid to go, I kind of get that. Like, negative doubts is a cause of fear. I understand. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that's what it is really. But I think it's also to associate with how far you want to go as well. Like, you have to push yourself. So it's kind of a fear and push kind of situation, not just only fear. It's a lot of other emotions that are played, like, you know. So, and this is probably the last one today. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Now, that's kind of true. Like, if you have a team around you that supports you for who you are, like, my family support my YouTube channel, are fairly proud of me of, like, pushing my boundaries of going all over Ireland at the minute. Like, I was up in Castlebar, now I'm going to Kerry, and I could go somewhere else next. Like, you know, I could be going anywhere. I could go to England, I could go to Spain, I could go to America, I could go to anywhere in the world really, because archaeology is so diverse in stuff. Like, Ireland is limited to what we have. We have the prehistory, we have a medieval, we have prehistory, medieval, we have post-medieval, we have the rebellion era as well, which is kind of comprehensive archaeology, kind of comprehensive means the now, so kind of stuff that has happened in the like kind of World War One. We didn't have that, but like, you know, them type of things in England and all over the world, that kind of has happened. So you can go to any kind of branch of archaeology, or you can travel. You can go work in museums. You can work as tour guides. You can work like with the general knowledge that you have. So I think when you have a team around you, when you're on your own, and you're kind of saying to yourself, you can't get anything as much as you want done on your own, if you get me. Like, if it's a part of a team, or but like, also if you're in the gym and you have people in the gym pushing you, if you have your friends pushing you, like my friends in Sligo are kind of pushing me, they give me criticisms, but also are kind of complimentary, like saying like, okay, you did this well, but we need to work here, here and here, like lighting. I have a new mic now, I have a bit of light now, you know, kind of other things like that. They're kind of giving me criticisms. My family don't really know, because they're not really in the know of YouTube kind of techniques or anything like that, but they'll give me fair criticisms to what it is. So I think that's really it. And this is, like, for me, it's just to show that inspiration can come from anywhere. It can come from YouTube, it can come from, you know, like your favorite YouTuber, it can come from your footballers, it can come from archaeologists like myself, it can come from basketball, it can come from people going to space, it could be going anything you're interested in. There's always inspiration there for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's hopefully giving us a benefit, like a little kick towards 2020, but also at the tail end and a very hard year for us all. And we're doing very, very well, and there's light at this end of this tunnel where the vaccines are coming. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I have other two, so keep an eye out for them. One is something kind of new, but it's kind of been done a lot by a lot of people. And a new one, the other one is very, very interesting. I think it's going to be really, really good concept. So that is all. Thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to me on this channel. If you want to see more of these Reddit videos and any other ideas that you have, please leave a comment, or even just contact me on Twitter, ArchaeoGamer2020, and also on Instagram. The links will be in the description. So please follow me and please subscribe. Peace.